So, you've got the really enviable task of sitting on the casting panel for choosing the angels. What does the whole process entail?
Well, we start thinking about our models really a year in advance, because we look at the girls that we used last year, and then we have women that we use all year long for Victoria's Secret that are really the Victoria's Secret angels. So we know those girls are going to be in the show. We work with them all the time. We see them. We know their bodies are perfect. Beyond that, we had about maybe 10 or 15 new spots that we needed to cast for. And John Pfeiffer, who's our casting director, is doing a lot of shows in Europe, so he's casting for us all year long.
Yeah.
He's sending me things all the time saying, this might be a good girl for the pink section, this might be a new good girl for us. And so it's great to get all the cards and to see all that all year long, but the casting, the actual casting when the girls come in is where we make the decisions, because they can look one way in a photograph, but when we see them in person, we look at their bodies, and for lingerie, they really have to be perfect. It's not like other fashion shows where clothing can cover, some things. They are literally in their underwear, and because it's a television special, and HD has become such a big deal now.
Of course, yeah.
These like perfect televisions. It was difficult casting because, again, it's about proportions. So they can have a gorgeous upper body but shorter legs, and you see things like that
you wouldn't normally notice.
Yeah. You really, really notice. Whereas with clothing, you don't always see the proportions, but with a bra and panty, it's like it has to be perfect from top to bottom. As well as in a Victoria's Secret fashion show, we want personalities. So we want smiles, and we want confidence.
And I guess you have to be articulate as well to kind of come across in the correct way. Victoria's Secret seem to really believe in the power of the supermodel versus celebrity endorsement. What is so special about the angels, and what kind of so draws in the audience in that way?
The Victoria's Secret model is someone that a lot of young women look up to, because we make them, not that we make them, but we help them become personalities, in that they are interviewed, they have media training, if they're from another country they might have language training, because we want our fans and our customers to know who they are. It's one thing to see them in these glamorous situations with great, makeup and photography, but we also want them to be very accessible, and we want our fans to know who they are. So many of them are married, or they have children, or they talk about their workout routines, what they eat, and it really embraces their fans, because they get to see a little bit of who they are and their personalities. They have a huge fan base, and that's the power of our brand. The power of our brand is these gorgeous, amazing women who are also personalities that represent the brand. They're really ambassadors more than just models.
And I wanted to ask, is there a kind of age limit to Victoria's Secret, if they're still able to consistently kind of bring it every time you see them? Is it?
I think that there's, we don't think about an age limit. There is an age requirement, which is 18, because they're in their lingerie.
Of course.
So we look at girls a lot of times when they're 14, 15, 16, just seeing their photos.
Yeah.
We can't wait till she's 18 we can start using her.
Exciting.
But a lot of our models, especially the angels, have been with us for a long time. So, Alessandra Rosie has been with us for 10 or 11 years. Adriana Lima is probably about 12 years now. And they still look gorgeous and healthy, and that's what we look for more than just what's new. We look for like the quintessential Victoria's Secret woman and what she looks like, and at that point it really doesn't matter whether she's 20 or she's 25 or 30 or whatever the age is.
Sure. And when were the actual wings introduced, and how did you see them? Was there a moment when you thought these are going to become something really iconic? Is there a pivotal moment?
Many years ago, in the late 90s, our chairman told us that he wanted us to call the bra the angel bra. And it was a bra that was very kind of translucent and smooth, and it came in a lot of different colors. And we all thought, angel, that's such an unusual name for a bra, and is that really going to work? And we hired her Brits, and at the time we had Lena Christensen, Tyra Banks, Karen Mulder, Stephanie Seymour, and her Brits shot a commercial with them. and Tom Jones, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
And the wings at that time were, wings on a stick that the girls kind of sat in front of, and they, read their lines. And that was the first, introduction to Angel Walk. The first was them sitting up in these clouds. And the bra became extremely popular, and after that we started putting them in fashion shows, and then they became like apparatuses, so the girls could move around with the wings.
Yeah.
And we shot commercials with Dominic Isserman and the wings in Venice, and it just became more and more prominent, and our customers really reacted to it. And now, it's become the name of our, instead of calling the models supermodels, everyone
call them
calls
the angels. It just kind of clicked, I suppose. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, possibly, finally, about Victoria's Secret in the kind of digital age, because I know you guys were really ahead in terms of, you did a live streaming in 1999, I think. I wanted to ask how you kind of tackle that these days and kind of stay one step ahead in terms of maintaining your audience, I suppose, and kind of speaking to them in a different way, through a different format, or...
It's always challenging to keep up with just the digital age, because it's changing literally every day. But Victoria's Secret is really always embraced, new and different, and doing our live stream in '99, we shut down the internet for a very short
that's amazing.
But we just always think about our fans and what our fans are doing, and when we joined Facebook, we immediately got a huge fan base. We have over 30 million Facebook fans now. A lot of people follow us on Twitter. A lot of people follow the models as well, and we're just always thinking about the experiences and what our customer would want to experience with us. So digital, social is very important to us. Almost everything we do, we photograph, we have videos of, and we know that the behind the scenes, the making of, the how-tos, all that stuff, we are so rich with content. That's the great thing about our brand, is that we have so much content that we can put it out on so many different platforms and make it available to our fans. So we're always thinking about how she can touch the brand, how she can reach us. And we don't forget about the traditional as well, because we know that a lot of people still love the catalog, magazines, tactile, they want to look through the magazines and then maybe go online to get the background. We haven't abandoned traditional media at all. We still love traditional media, we just add all the layers on top of it.
It's multifaceted sort of thing. And I wanted to ask you about, I know you've done like a kind of all-access show where you had a studio audience, which you hosted. So how was that as an experience, and is that something that you really enjoy on a personal level as well?
We started doing live streams a couple of years ago, and what we wanted to do is really have an hour of entertainment like the Victoria's Secret show, to give people the background and to also give them the opportunity to meet some of the other people that are behind the brand besides the models. And a lot of people loved it, and we had a huge fan base, and bloggers came, and we're doing it again this year, the hour before the CBS special, so it's on December 4th, and we're still putting together the guest list right now and what it's going to be, but it's almost like the hour that everyone gathers before watching, especially in the United States, because people tell us all the time that they watch the show in groups, like it's a party, it's like watching the Super Bowl or something, like everybody gets together at somebody's house or in dorm rooms, the girls all get together. So we want this to be like the teaser leading up to the fashion show, and it's going to be a good one this year.
Looking forward to it. And a kind of a chat show format is kind of welcoming, isn't it? It welcomes you into the world, I suppose.
I think it makes people feel like they're getting in on the secret behind the brand, and they get to learn things about how the girls work out, what they eat, who they are, the photographers. We're still finalizing the lineup, but I think it's always going to be the people behind the brand, the people that are making Victoria's Secret what it is, and then allowing people to meet them.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to meet you.